Have you ever stopped to think about this? The same dedication and hard work you put into your office job every single day? What if someone else started doing that exact same job with the same effort and commitment, but for a lower salary? Would your company still keep you or not? And what if the one replacing you wasn't even a human being, but a computer? One that has no unnecessary demands, no emotions, never gets tired, and never asks for a vacation. At that point, most of us would naturally start feeling unsafe. But this isn't some imaginary scenario anymore. According to Geoffrey Hinton, the man often called the godfather of AI, that future has already arrived. Welcome back once again to Nobel's creation. Artificial intelligence, or AI, has definitely become a mainstream topic over the past few years. But the original idea behind it is actually decades old. Back in 1950, scientists first began thinking about creating machines that could think like humans. But there was one big question. How could anyone prove that a machine was truly thinking like a human? That's when famous mathematician and computer scientist Alan Turing proposed something called the Turing test in 1950. The purpose of this test was simple. If a third person could no longer tell the difference between the answers given by a human and a computer, then the machine would be considered intelligent enough to have passed the Turing test. From that point on, researchers continued working on artificial intelligence for decades. But for many years, no machine was ever able to pass the Turing test. Then, finally, in 2014, a chatbot passed the Turing test for the very first time. The test took place at the Royal Society in London. Judges were asked to chat online with what they believed was a 13-year-old Ukrainian boy. After asking many questions, 20 out of the 30 judges concluded that they were definitely talking to a real human being. But in reality, it was actually an AI chatbot named Eugene Goostman. In the beginning, AI systems were extremely basic. They could do things like play chess or solve mathematical problems. But over the past few years, especially after the development of deep learning and neural networks, AI has advanced at a speed nobody expected. And one of the biggest names behind that revolution is Geoffrey Hinton, the man widely known as the godfather of AI. Geoffrey Hinton spent 10 years working on AI at Google. But when he realized that this technology could eventually become smarter than humans, he left Google. Why? So he could openly warn the world about the dangers of artificial intelligence. Geoffrey Hinton's work in neural networks and deep learning became the foundation of modern AI systems. From backpropagation algorithms to neural networks and deep learning, many of today's AI breakthroughs exist because of his research. Hinton also mentored several famous AI scientists, including Meta's chief AI scientist, Yann LeCun, and Yoshua Bengio. The three of them won the 2018 Turing Award together. That's why they're often called the godfathers of deep learning. According to Geoffrey Hinton, humans are now in second place when it comes to intelligence, because AI has already taken the #1 spot. Hinton says that while AI is currently helping humans work more efficiently, very soon it will start replacing entire professions altogether. In one interview, Hinton listed the jobs that AI will not be able to take over easily. But before we talk about those safer jobs, let's first look at the professions that, according to the godfather of AI, are most likely to disappear soon because of artificial intelligence. The first profession is customer support agents. According to Hinton, customer support workers will become AI's first major victims. Did you know that many mobile operators and banks have already replaced most of their call center staff with AI systems? And very soon, human call center agents may become history altogether. Klarna, an online payment company, revealed last year that one AI chatbot was doing the work of 700 customer support agents. The company explained that they previously employed 7,000 customer service agents, but after introducing AI chatbots, they now only need 3,000. Just think about that. 4,000 people were replaced almost instantly because AI works 24/7. It never gets angry, and it responds in the blink of an eye. Hinton says AI agents are already handling more than 80% of customer service tasks. So if you work in a call center, you should understand that you are now in a very high-risk zone. The second profession at risk is legal assistants and junior lawyers. Until recently, people believed that AI would never be able to enter the legal industry so easily. But now, even legal professionals are starting to feel the pressure. According to Geoffrey Hinton, AI can now draft legal contracts, summarize court cases, and perform legal research 10 times faster than humans. Tools like Harvey AI and GPT-4 are already being used inside global law firms today. Tasks that once took a junior lawyer 3 entire days, such as organizing case histories, can now be completed by AI in just 30 seconds. And it can do all of that while reviewing references and past court decisions at the same time. This isn't just about saving time anymore. AI is becoming more accurate, less biased, and capable of accessing massive legal databases instantly. That's exactly why many law firms are now becoming hesitant to hire junior lawyers. The third profession under threat is writers and content creators. For a long time, writing was considered a deeply creative human skill. But now, AI's creative abilities are starting to overpower human creators. Writers, copy editors, content creators, and bloggers are all at risk. In fact, AI has even started hurting Google's own platforms. Blogspot.com, one of Google's famous blogging platforms, has seen a significant drop in traffic over the past few years. Hinton says that prompt engineers are becoming the new writers. Humans simply give instructions to AI, and AI does the rest. Freelance content creators who depend on writing jobs now face an extremely uncertain future. The fourth issue Hinton mentioned is honestly terrifying. He says many new graduates are struggling to find jobs, not because they lack talent, but because AI is already doing the work they were supposed to do. Roles that were once reserved for fresh graduates, like data entry, customer onboarding, email replies, and document verification, are now being handled by AI bots. This is a silent crisis that nobody seems to have a clear solution for. Getting a degree is becoming easier, but getting a job is becoming harder every single day. The fifth profession at risk is software developers. At one point, software development was considered a future-proof career. But Hinton says AI is now writing software too. Tools like Replit AI and GitHub Copilot are already replacing parts of developers' work. Today, even someone with zero coding experience can create a website simply by writing a prompt. At this point, many developers are slowly becoming limited to debugging and reviewing code. Hinton warns that the moment AI starts modifying its own code independently, that's when the role of human developers could begin disappearing completely. The sixth example Hinton shared involved his own niece. She used to work in healthcare, writing complaint response letters. Previously, she would spend around 25 minutes understanding each complaint and writing a response. But now, she simply scans the complaint into an AI tool and receives a perfect response within 5 minutes. That means work that once required 5 employees can now be handled by just one person working alongside AI. The next profession is doctors. Doctors haven't been replaced yet, But Hinton says AI is already making doctors 5 times more efficient. A doctor who once handled 10 patients a day can now manage 50 patients with the help of AI assistants. This doesn't necessarily mean doctors will disappear, but hiring rates for doctors could decline dramatically in the near future, especially for junior doctors and diagnostic specialists. The 8th industry under threat is the creative industry itself. And honestly, this one shocks a lot of people. Because AI is now becoming creative in ways humans never imagined. Geoffrey Hinton says AI can recognize patterns and similarities that human beings would normally never connect together. In other words, AI can combine completely unrelated ideas to generate entirely new concepts. Ideas that might take humans years to discover. AI can generate within seconds. Hinton believes that designers, video editors, composers, and animators are all at risk. The 9th category includes analysts and knowledge workers. According to Hinton, people whose jobs mainly involve analyzing information should start preparing for alternative careers. Anyone working with spreadsheets, reports, summaries, or data analysis is becoming increasingly vulnerable.
AI is already performing these tasks faster and more effectively than humans. A human brain has limits, but AI systems can access billions of parameters and massive amounts of information in real time. Jobs like data analysts and research assistants may only remain safe until AI fully understands their work. And finally, Hinton says even many of the jobs being created because of AI may not survive for long. Take prompt engineers as an example. Right now, people who know how to communicate effectively with AI systems are in extremely high demand. But Hinton also warns that once AI learns how to generate and improve its own prompts, those jobs could disappear too. In a way, Hinton indirectly suggests that prompt engineers are only temporarily safe. Right now, their work is relatively easy and competition is still low, but that advantage may not last very long. According to Geoffrey Hinton, and based on the current capabilities of AI, there are still a few professions that remain relatively safe for now. But remember, that safety is temporary. Over the next 5 to 10 years, even those careers could eventually be affected. Some people believe humans and AI will simply work together and save jobs, but Hinton has a warning for them as well. He says this is only a transitional phase. Today, one human and one AI system work together. Tomorrow, the AI will do that same work alone. And after that, the human may no longer be needed. So what should people actually do now? You really only have 2 choices. Either ignore everything and wait for the day your company replaces you, or start preparing yourself right now. People will need to change their skill sets. They will need to learn abilities that AI cannot easily take over. For example, during an interview, Hinton was asked, what career advice would you give people in the age of AI takeover? And without even thinking twice, he answered, plumbing. Yes, plumbing. It sounds strange hearing advice like that from the godfather of AI. But Hinton clearly understands one major weakness of artificial intelligence. According to him, any profession that heavily depends on human hands and physical work will be much harder for AI to replace. That includes plumbers, electricians, construction workers, mechanics, technicians, welders, carpenters, security guards, and therapists. Basically, any job that requires real-world physical presence and hands-on work is still relatively protected. At the end of the day, AI is still just software. Jobs that require handling real tools, physical movement, and human interaction are far more difficult for AI and robots to master. The purpose of this video is not to scare you. It's to wake you up. to make people realize that the future may quietly start replacing workers one by one. And if you think this moment will never come for you, then try letting AI do your job just once. If the result comes out nearly the same, then it's probably time to upgrade yourself. Hopefully, you'll give this video plenty of likes and shares as well. Thank you so much for all your love and supportive comments. And we'll see you again in the next amazing video.